Hi. Hi. Thank you for choosing to come to my channel today. This video is going to be designed to give you tips on how you can relax, de-stress, and clear your mind in order to fall asleep faster. These are my tips and what I personally find helps me to fall asleep. I used to have a lot of trouble falling asleep when I was younger, and I would sometimes have to wake up really early in the morning, and I would not get to bed until really late, because even though I would try to fall asleep, my mind would not shut off. So if this sounds familiar to you, you're in luck, because I just changed a few simple things in my life, and now I fall asleep really easily. I can usually fall asleep within 5 minutes of my head laying on the pillow. So I just have a few tips to share with you, and they're super easy things that are mainly little habits that you can get into, some doing physical things and some just more mental perspective shifts and changes in your mindset. So my first tip is to get on an earlier schedule. For some reason, I have found that if I get the same amount of sleep, say 8 hours, but I'm sleeping from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., then I am finding it a lot easier to fall asleep than if I sleep from 12 until 8 or 1 until 9, etc. So getting on an earlier schedule can help a lot. I personally find at night you are able to fall asleep a little bit easier. And another is something that you can physically do. I like to read right before bed instead of using my phone, because using a yellow light, from whatever light or lamp you're using to read, is a lot better on your brain at night than looking at your phone or a laptop or a TV, which the light that they give off sends signals to your brain that it's daytime, it's time to be awake, it's time for your mind to be going. So that's another Another tip is reading before bed. And then I think probably what has helped me the most is giving myself time throughout the day to just focus on myself and my thoughts and my feelings. And I truly believe that this really helps you fall asleep, because just like your body needs time to relax and wind down, your mind does too. Our minds are constantly being stimulated all day long, and it's likely even more intense in recent years when we have a cell phone that we can always carry with us, that we go to every time our mind is not stimulated. So, for example, if I'm waiting in line at the bank or something, I might have my phone out. Or if I'm driving, I might play a podcast. Or when I'm laying in bed at night before I go to sleep, I might be looking at my phone. So if you don't give yourself time throughout the day to let your mind absorb your thoughts and take in everything that you've experienced throughout the day and process it, then it's going to need to find time to do that. If you don't give yourself that time during the day, your mind is going to want to do it at night when you're trying to sleep. So what I like to do is just give myself time during the day. And if you're really busy, a good way to do this is, like I said, when you're waiting in line at the bank, when you're waiting in the doctor's office waiting room, when you're waiting in line at the grocery store, when you're driving, things like that, where you are already occupied, and if you didn't choose to think about other things or to be on your phone or have some other sort of stimulus for your mind, then you'd be completely blank and your mind will have time to process everything that's going on around you and everything that you have experienced throughout the day. So that's easy ways that you can implement time for yourself, mental clarity. Another one that I've just recently started doing is yoga. And yoga, I find, just trying it, I was amazed by how when I would be just like in the moment of doing the poses, and when you're holding the different poses, you feel your mind just start to go. Your mind starts to reflect on different things without you even noticing or trying. And I know that a lot of people feel the same way about exercising, lifting weights, running, things like that. So maybe, and I find the same thing if I'm knitting. So maybe just find what works for you, a hobby that allows you to take mental time for yourself while you're doing it. And I 100% believe that makes for a much better sleep at night. Don't mind this kitty. So, and I also believe that it's important to de-stress and let distress in the mind translates to stress in the body. There are physical consequences to what we think, and our brain sends signals to our body based on our thoughts. So if we're thinking, I'm so nervous to go do my speech, our body starts to get maybe sweaty, shaky. You can feel it in your body. You can feel the nerves and the stress. So a little bit of a perspective shift, I guess, is required to change that mental stress into mental relaxation, and in turn, physical relaxation. So what I like to do is think about things that I might be finding stressful or worried about or anxious for, and I like to just tell myself, I can feel the excitement. Think of it as excitement. So if I'm going to spend time with some new people who I don't know that well and I might be nervous, I can say, wow, I can feel how excited I am to take on this new challenge and this new opportunity and experience. And if you tell your mind that, then your body will automatically de-stress somewhat. So those are my tips, and I just want to thank you for choosing to take this time for yourself to watch this video. I hope that it was somewhat helpful, and I would love to do, if you're interested, more videos on how to have mindset changes, perspective shifts, and just generally be more positive and genuinely feel better about life, because I truly feel that it's all about the way that we see things determines our happiness and our life outcomes, really. So thank you again for taking this step to de-stressing your life, getting a better sleep. I really, really hope that these tips work for you. Please let us all know in the comments if you have any tips for falling asleep. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you really soon.